Hello, I'm Bruce Zimmerman, and this is the Open Line Garden Show podcast for this week. Now, we're getting into the Christmas spirit of things. A lot of people are going out and buying Christmas trees at this time of year, and these are the fresh cut trees. Fresh cut trees are all cut early, and they are just bundled, and when they're ready and piled, and then when they're ready to go and they're sold, they're loaded into tractor trailers in these sleeves of netting, and then, of course, shipped to whoever's buying them. There are different kinds. Stay away from all the Norway and white spruce. They do not last long. You want to buy them a few days before Christmas, and you want to get rid of them as soon as you can after New Year's. They drop their needles very quickly. If you're going to buy a balsam fir, they will still drop a lot of their needles green and looking just absolutely perfect. So make sure that before you put it in the car or into the house that you bang the butt of the tree and knock out as many of the loose needles that are going to be shed early. And then there's Scots pine, and Scots pine is also known as Scotch pine. And Scots pine needles in your foot are not a good thing, so you want to do the same thing as you do with the balsam firs, and all firs, by the way, that you bang the butt so that you knock out all the needles. These have been trimmed so heavily that very often when they shed their older needles, they can't fall out because they're so dense, and that's what you're looking for in a Christmas tree. And that means that you're going to have to really bang it really quite hard in order to knock them all out. Always buy your Christmas trees where they have a Christmas tree bag, which will go over the entire tree to keep your car and your home cleaner from needles than if you don't. And trust me, it's worth whatever they charge rather than trying to get all the needles up. Sometime in July, you'll suddenly walk across the carpet or your living room and you'll get stuck by a needle, particularly of the Scots pine variety, and you'll know about it. All of them get a fresh cut just before they're ready to stand. Usually this is 3 to 6 inches off the bottom. And if they're outside, they're not really kept in the plastic bag. You do want to keep them from heating in a cool, indirect light or dark place. Not dark, indirect light, out of wind, so that they're not desiccated, they're not dried out. Pull the bag over top after you make the fresh cut, and then take it inside. Stand it, pull the bag down after it's ready to stand, and leave it underneath the tree to catch a lot of the needles as well. It'll also be in place when you go to pull it up, when you want to get rid of the Christmas tree after you've undecorated, take the lights off, so that you don't spread the very dry needles all the way across your carpet through the house and out the door, right? So you want to make sure that you keep that bag underneath. If you want to have like the snow effect, you can put the sheets down, or you can put the different types of artificial snow underneath there over top of the plastic. And if there's a lot of needles in it, it can go too. It depends. Sometimes there is, sometimes there isn't. And remember this, if you have an artificial tree and you can still stand it, why not put a tree bag over top of it, leave it decorated, keeps the dust off, and stand it somewhere in a closet or somewhere in the basement, etc., in storage, so you don't have to do much straightening up and redecorating each year. It's not a bad idea. It saves some time and a little bit of aggravation. So if you've got questions with Christmas trees or artificial or real, or you've got some houseplants, then I expect you to email your garden questions to openlinegardenshow@gmail.com. I'm Bruce Zimmerman, and this is the Open Line Garden Show podcast for this week.